A pretty good start for 10, 15 minutes there, but the penalty just kind of unraveled. What happened after that?
Yeah, it did unravel, and I think not a an offensive zone penalty. They score, we turn it over on an attempted clear. So, but I do think it boils down to compete. We didn't have enough guys competing hard enough at the start. I think Darlene and Thompson and Cousins are three guys that stick out to me as tremendous competitive players each and every night. They were very competitive tonight, but we didn't have enough with them early, and that was the difference. And for us, the last few games, that's been the case, and things will resolve a lot sooner with more guys competing at a higher level.
The battle Thompson wins that leads to the power play goal. Is that kind of an example of what you're talking about?
Perfect example. Right prior to the first goal was Thompson in battle with Yarn Krog, and just determination. And again, we played decent at the start, but we didn't have that determination, that compete, which is there, which is we're capable of. So any issues we have will be 100% confident will be resolved with a better competing.
I'm sorry. There's the ebb and flow of the season, but you're not going to bring it every night. But why do you think you've lost that tenacity over the last week or so?
I'm not so concerned why we lost it. I'm more concerned with getting it. And again, you mentioned ebbs and flows in the season. Hey, you don't lose your confidence; you lose your determination, and we just have to be more determined.
Was that your message to the team?
It was pretty straightforward. Very easy, straightforward message from that standpoint. There's not a lot of detail to go into. That will resolve a lot of issues and shore up a lot of things that need to be shored up in an instance.
How'd you feel about UPL's game?
I didn't think UPL was the issue or problem tonight. Again, it boiled down to what I mentioned.
As far as the Giordano goal, have you ever seen and experienced anything like that?
Boy, I mean, that was an odd one, but if it went in between that and the pipe, so you're not going to hear a complaint out of me on that. But yeah, it was odd, but they worked for it.
Don, you said the message that you sent to them after was simple, and you would think would be easily received. But are you sensing how they're receiving the messages right now, like from you? Do you feel like it's resonating with them, or do you feel like they're kind of stunned right now by all of this?
Yeah, I mean, they'll get it fixed. Is my feeling with it. They're a capable group in there. It's you always every day put messages in front of your team as coaches, and but it's a competition, and they've got to find a way to dig down, and they will. There's no question in my mind with this group, and I think this is an unfortunate part of growing pains. It is. It's you got to go through it. I've mentioned in the last couple of days just different things psychologically that they might be challenged by, but that can distract you from working and competing, and sometimes you forget that, and that slips away. So
you've been around the game long enough to know, the phrase of having energy guys and things like guys that can change a little bit of the dynamic of a game. Do you feel like somebody needs to be a little out of character, perhaps, to provide you some energy shifts out there that can maybe,
I just again, it's pretty simple. You compete, you play with energy, and this you'll feel better about your game. And I think right now you don't feel good about your game because you're just not going hard enough with enough determination. So, we can split that up and say it 1,000 different ways, but we're going to get back to that. So, and this isn't something that you don't go through in sports and in life. You just dig down, and we're finding out how to dig down, and that's what's happening. We have a younger group. I would be more concerned if we had an older group, because with an older group, you spend 7, 8, 10 years in this league. You've gone through this, and you've gone through this multiple times. So it's the mentality is, oh, here we go again. With a younger group, they might be a little puzzled, but they don't have disbelief. They don't have here we go again. They're determined. They believe they can do it, even though they haven't figured it out yet. But I don't want them to get too far away from just the compete end. And that's what's happened, for me in my assessment, the last few games. It's stalled us. There's been a little hesitation and a little fear, and those are inhibitors. But again, we're young enough that this thing is not, oh, here we go again. It's these guys are hungry. They believe. These are players that are young. And talented and believe, and this is really for a lot of them the first challenge of this going through. The right guys are, the leader guy, Dahlin is competing like mad. Obviously, Thompson, I said, has become a beast. So going through this, those guys have elevated their game. So that is actually a good thing that's occurring through this messy situation. Is you get guys pissed off. And otherwise, they wouldn't. You're winning. They wouldn't be pissed off. So we're seeing Dahlin, Thompson, and Cousins. Like I said, those three guys tonight to me that are elevated. They're actually getting better because of this. So, we just keep pushing, and like I said, I'm confident we'll resolve this and become better or be better because of it.